Hi guys, it's me, Lori. Okay, so I am making a journal and I'm going to video maybe all of it, maybe some of it, but probably all of it if I can. I want to tell you one thing in advance. How to make um, I'm going to make the cover with you, and then I just want to discuss it as I go through it. One thing I'm going to tell you is that a journal can be whatever you want it to be, and it doesn't have to be like somebody else's. So, although my journal is going to be how I make it, your journal is going to be how you make it. There's no hard, fast rules to journal making. If you think it looks good, it looks good. And if you don't care for it, then don't do it. Everybody has their own style, their own techniques, their own tools. Like I use some word tools sometimes. This is what I use to do my lines. This thing. This is what I use. A lot of people don't, but it's heavy and it's easier for me to grasp. So that's why I use this. You'll use whatever you want to use. So real quick, I'm going to go over this. Now, the cover can be any size you want it. Also, you can emboss your cover. You can paint it, make it wrinkly, however you want to do it. I usually make my covers to fit my papers. I don't make my papers to fit my covers. This is the journal I'm working on right now, and I messed up my cover. I made my cover too wide, so I trimmed off both sides because I felt that evened it up better. So I trimmed off both sides, and I used this. This is drywall joint tape. It's basically just real heavy paper that is a little hard to tear. So, and I wanted the contrast on this one, but usually I would use this like a packing tape because I like less contrast, and mine peels apart. I don't know about everybody else's, but this layer is relatively hard to tear, and this layer you can actually wet and it becomes like a glue. So this is the one I'm going to show you today because I don't want another one with this contrast, but I liked the contrast. So what just going off on a tangent there, I take my paper and I lay it on the book, right? But I like for the center piece, I like it to be centered. You do not have to make it centered. You could just cut off the top or the bottom and be happy. Like, you could cut off this, like leave about 1/8 of an inch on both sides. I don't like a whole lot. Some people do. You'll do what you do. And so you could cut that off. But I personally like to center it, and I don't know why. And there's several different ways you can do this. So I am going to take I'm going to make a line with a pencil, and although it's probably not going to be perfect, I'm going to make a line at my book, at where the book is. So I'm going to move that to the side, okay? I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go just slightly outside of that pencil line. And I'm just going to line it up and not be too crazy about everything's got to be straight. And I'm going to make a line just right outside that pencil line. Not a ton, just a little. Okay? Yikes. Okay. See, we really didn't even care if we messed up or not. You could do this a couple different ways. And in one way, you really don't even have to line it up if you don't want to. You can cut this on both sides and fillet the bag. Then when you open it up, it's easier to work with the inside of the bag. Or you could just cut down that pencil line. Either way, it's easy. So I prefer to cut down the pencil line. It's not hard, super easy. Just follow your pencil line down. Same way on this side. Just follow your pencil line down. Now, we're going to line this partially, and it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It really doesn't. We're going to do a few more steps to this, so you're not really going to see it that much. So, okay, this is what we got now. It's filleted open. I'm going to take this piece off here. You don't have to cut it. It will just come off. Pretty easy. You can just go like that. It'll come off. So, I'm going to open it up and we're going to look at it. Okay? We're going to put some tie back in here. I have some cut tie back that I'm working on. Just gotta find it. Sorry. So this is my tie back bag. So we don't need to line the entire thing. We'll probably be okay just lining that. We can use that one. We don't gotta waste. Then we're gonna get our file folder. You can use a file folder if you want it to be bendy. If you want it to be more sturdy, like this one. This one is more sturdy. Like, I'm going to bend it, but not right now, but we're going to bend it. But this one is more harder, and that is any type of box that you have. This box will work fine, and the shiny doesn't matter, nothing matters. Whatever box you have that you saved from the trash will work. I personally, when I use this one, I'm going to want it bendy. So, we will cut our file folder. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to see this part. And I don't think people really fill up their journals much. So, save that for another one. And lay this down. So I know when I put it like this, I'm going to put a little bit more in. Right there is probably real close to where you're going to want it. So go ahead and mark it. Okay, and then we will just guess later, but right now we're going to cut it so it is the right width. You're going to have to adjust the length of them, but the width we'll already have. You can use that for hinges. Okay. Sorry, I gotta get my chair over here that I'm gonna cut her on. Okay. So, this is going to go here eventually. So, we've already cut it, and we're going to cut it to size. But right now, we're going to open this up and fold it. So, we know right about there. If you ever get a double corner, just use that. Okay. So now we have the middle and we have the sides. But let's put this real quick here and know, and you're not going to put it flush to this side or the middle. You want to leave a little room and about 1/4 of an inch. If you're having a hard time getting used to your inch marks, I would practice, because it's good to know by sight what is 1/4 of an inch, or what is, you know, you want to know those two things. You want to know what is an inch and what is a 1/8 of an inch. You also want to know what an inch is. You'll get there when you'll get there, and then it'll just be second nature to you. And when you're working on a project, save all your strips, because they make really good hinges. And hinging is important. So we have that one there, and we have this one here. And that's going to reinforce both sides. But right now, we want to reinforce this. So I'm going to cut that off. And don't throw this away. Put it back into your bag, because we use it. So this is going to go right here. And I don't really care that it's too long. It's fine. When we trim it, we'll trim that too if we need to. But let's get our glue. We're going to use this glue, and we're going to use this tape. I don't really know. I don't have any other suggestions for tape. I like double-sided tape for this. So this is what I use. Oops, don't do that. Don't do that. Darn. Don't do that. Just kind of walk it down. With my new journal, I'm going to use Artie Maze's Kit Halloween Medley. And although I'm not using it Halloween-y, I'm using it more gothic-y. And I don't make too many gothic albums, but Halloween's almost here, so I am making it not Halloween. Just a little creepy. Okay, before you do that, peel this tape off. I just can't get it to come this way anymore. Sorry. I tried. And then go across there, go down your little lines. Doesn't have to be a bunch, but we really want this to stay put, and we really want to enforce it, so reinforce it. So, okay, bring it down, get it where you want it, down the middle, where you're going to sew. Okay, then just smush it in there a little bit, burnish it down, especially on the edges. Smush it. Smush it good. Okay. There's that. Then we're going to take these and put them down. And these, you don't have to be quite, worried about them staying, but you want to use double-sided tape because you do not want your glue to show through. And I don't know what you're going to use, but mine are recycled. And I like the fact that they're thin, but they also show glue pretty easy. Even like Fabri-Tac, and that rarely buckles, but it does on these recycled. Okay, so that's good. Let's do the other one, because we know we got to do it. And then just lay it in. Remember, 1/4 of an inch away from the edge and 1/4 of an inch in. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect. Okay. Can. And this one just isn't going to hold much more. I need to dump it. Okay. So, try to line it up with the other one. If you don't, it's a-okay, but try. 1/4 of an inch. And try to line it up. Burnish it down a little. Like so. Okay, so then that's all there is to the inside. And then we're going to, now, okay, so I'm just going to say this. If you want to keep this as a pocket, then this is when you have to decide if you want that as a pocket. So we're going to pull this up. Like so. Okay. Just like so. And then we're going to pull this one up like so. We are going to miter right here a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. And we're going to miter right here a little bit. Not a bunch, just a little bit. Okay, so then we're going to take this, open it again, and fold this in like so. And we're going to burnish this down. We really want to burnish this down. And I mean, it doesn't have to be crazy down, but you want it to stay down. So go ahead and burnish that down. And then take your tape over here and lay a piece down like this. To the other side. So basically what you did is remade your envelope. That's it. So let's pull it off. Pull this side off. Okay. And then we're going to hold our fingers in the middle like that. And we're going to come down easy, like nothing is going to get all crazy. We're not going to do it fast. We're going to pull our fingers back and we're going to move them down here. and then lay it down the rest of the way. That's it. We have remade our envelope to fit. We've reinforced it, and now we have a journal cover. And we're going to miter. Again, we gotta miter this. And it's probably easier if you do this. You could just cut that off, I think. And it'll be okay. For sure, it worked. Okay. Now, if you didn't want to do it this way, you could just cut it and reinforce it. You want to do that one? So there's the first one. You have a nice pocket, and you can either close it off, put some glue and close it off, or close it off down here, or you can just leave it. It doesn't matter what you do with this. Some people just close it off, like they don't keep that as a pocket, and that's okay. You just leave it open until you decide what you want to do with it. But you have a very nice start to your cover. Your book is going to fit in there nicely. Even if you don't trim it, it's going to fit in there nicely. And you still have the opportunity to put lace on the inside to tie it shut. Nice. Okay, so there's that one. Now the other one is, where's my other envelope? I brought 2 envelopes. Hiding out. So, okay, again, I make it to my book, however you want it. I make it to the book. So if you wanted to just cut it off, you could just cut that off. Okay? But again, I'm not going to. I like it centered. And I like it centered because then my end is centered. Because you all know I most often make that a pocket. So, okay, there we go. We're going to be a little bit neater this time when we measure. Not that much, but we are going to be a little neater. And you know, right on this side of the black line. And we're going to measure like that. And this side again, this side of the black line, just a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. So then this time, we're not going to open it like we did last time. We're just going to cut the whole thing. And I know people who don't cut, they don't do this step. They just leave that extra 1/4 of an inch on the end, and I don't like that. And also, some people just fold it over, and I don't like that either. So we're going to do this. Now, you do not even have to have tape when you do this. You don't. You don't have to have this tape. You could just trim this up a little bit. trim that edge just off just a tiny bit, just a little itty bitty tiny bit. Open this up, and you could use this like this, and it matches perfectly, and you really don't even know anybody did anything to it. If you had no tape, you didn't want to invest in tape, you didn't want it, there you go. That's perfect, right? I'm going to go ahead and use tape, but save those for hinges. Okay, so pull off your tape. However much you're going to need. So we're going to need, and you can trim this, I mean, it doesn't got to be perfect. Right there. And then just do it again. Okay. So with your tape, we're just going to first put it down on one side and flip it over. This is so absolutely easy, like so easy. And it's really sturdy and kind of like a washi tape, the way it feels. Okay, there's one. And sometimes it doesn't want to come apart. Sometimes it says, heck no. But the most of the time, you can get it apart. Ooh. You don't want to just give up and use this part. You don't. You want to pull it apart. And you don't even have to do this. You could use a bag. You can use whatever you want. I just like this weird top of the tape. I don't know. It's like it. I like that it's really sturdy. It's like an onion skin, but a real sturdy onion skin. Okay, so there's that. Now, first we're going to, I'm going to get my quarter of a tape. I'm going to put a piece of tape here. You could use glue. Tape is faster. Okay. I'm going to do the other side too, since we're just doing it. And we are still going to use glue. So. But you never glue here to glue it down, because you will lose a 1/2 inch of your pocket. You don't want to do that. You want the pocket. I'm just saying you do. I do. Okay, so let's cut it down to size. You still got to go through all this. Sorry. Sorry. You got to do this. Pull it down about 1/4 of an inch. I'm just guessing. So I'm gonna do it down here. Oh. Cut it. Save it for a hinge. Okay, so I need another piece of tie back. So I can see where my middle is. Right about there. Then I'm going to just trim to open it, and then trim it again, trim it again. Just opening it up is easier this way. Okay. Then save that piece. Don't waste it. Don't waste no tie back. None. Okay. And then we're going to cut right about there. Okay, so we're done with the tie back. So we're going to come on the back with the score tape. I'm just going to do this real quick. goodness. Okay. One thing about score tape is that it really does hold on to itself. Good. Okay, so, do you know what? I messed up. No, I didn't. No, I didn't, not yet. So lay that in there. Good. And give it a little score. Get it to lay down. I usually like to put a little glue in there, but it's alright. I don't want to see it on the other side. It's okay. Here we go. Going to put 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch on this side of my tape. Gonna have to put it on this side too, so I may as well. And if you have a few imperfections, it's okay. It's just paper. It's not perfect. Don't flip. Don't start taking things apart trying to fix it. Usually that only makes it worse. If you ever get where you have like a pucker like that, just go ahead and cut into that pucker. Okay? Usually that will make it lay out. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Okay. So we're going to lay this down all the way at the end where the fold is, right? Like that. Pull this off. We're going to get this close to the middle. And then we're going to go in here and pull it to the edges, right? And there's that. That was easy, right? We're going to take a little bit of glue and go along that middle section. Just a little. Kind of a steady stream though, but a little, not tons. Okay? Then do it again. Just blend it out. Then pull your tape. Don't pull your tape off. Pull your tape. Come on, tape. You were so good before. Be nice. start in the middle and kind of pull it out. And then blend. Do your embossing or bossing. What do you call this? I don't know. Can't remember. Just push it down. There you go. That's one side. So let's do the other side. I like to do one side and then do the other side. So we're going to put our tape on. Let's do this side. Let's get this under where we want it. I'm going to close to that middle where it folds over. Pull this off. And from the middle, start out at the middle all the time. Fold it over. There we go. Then get a little glue in here. Not a ton of glue. And blend it out. Okay, and get your tape off. And start from the middle and push it out. Okay. A whole piece of tape right there. I'm gonna leave it. So okay, now we're gonna do this side. This side, I still gotta put the tape down here on the envelope. Then pull it off. Put a little glue. I'm just going to do the glue now. Put a little glue, maybe on the, just try it on here this time. And then like so. Burnish it down. That's what it's called, burnish. Burnish it down, smush it out. And then get the other piece of score tape. Go from the middle on out. It's pretty easy, isn't it? Yep. A little easier than the other one, but I like the way the other one looks also. So, yeah, I like them both. Okay, so gonna do this, and again, I liked that one quicker, so put the glue on the tape. I don't know what you can do with the other side of the tape. It's pretty. Do something with it. Okay. Then all at one time, we're going to try to do it all at one time this time. I don't know if this is such a good idea, but nope, not a good idea. Not a good idea, but tried it, so can't hurt but try. That's all you can do. That's how you learn, I guess. I don't like it like that. Don't do that. Got wrinkled, really wrinkled towards the end. Okay, so this is the second way I make a journal cover, and I still have a pocket, right? And it's so easy. It does need to be trimmed, but just trim it up a little bit. If you wanted to, you could do these ends. I don't do the ends, but you could do the ends. And if this gets glued down, just lift it up and cut those little end pieces off. They cut off real easy. So you have a pocket over here, and it still folds. It is reinforced and a little thick, so it has some body to it. There you go. I like that. I like journal covers. Okay. There we go. You got a cover. And it was quick and easy. So, okay guys, remember, a journal is whatever you want it to be. There's no mistakes in making a journal. It is just fun. So if I say you do this or whatever, you don't have to do that. It's just what I'm doing. And I'm implying that you might do it too. So have fun. I hope you will follow along with my journal. Skip to the parts you're interested in. That's always okay with me. See you guys in the next video. Bye guys.